Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm going to do a draw my life video, so bear with me because I've never done anything like this before, and let's see how it goes. So this video is just going to be a bunch of stick figures because I'm not artistic at all, but I'll start this video from the very beginning where my parents met. They met in high school and they were high school sweethearts, and then soon after high school they decided to get married right away. And so this is my dad taking my mom's hand in marriage, and she had a really long veil, like a 9-foot train, and it was beautiful. I've seen pictures, and they got married on June 18th, 1994, and they've been amazing role models. I love them so much, and they've been together ever since. Less than a year later, I came along. So they got married right away, they had children right away. So here's my mom with her big old pregnant belly, and there I am inside her belly. And I was born on May 3rd, 1995, and my full name is Kayla Irene Cleland. Now, my middle name has a little bit of sentimental value because my mom's grandma, so my great-grandma, died the same day I was born, and her name was Irene, so they named me after her. It was kind of a bittersweet day, but it was also kind of a good day because I came along, so we always remember her on my birthdays as well. And now my dad I remember him being a roofer. He was a roofer for a really long time, and my mom was always a stay-at-home mom, and she took such good care of us. And my dad would work long days, and I remember him being so tired. And their roofing company was called Smith & Graham, and it was my grandpa's company. He owned it. So there's me, and I have a little sister, Avery, who's 2 years younger than me, and then I have a baby brother, Gavin, who's 5 years younger than me. One crazy and scary memory I have as a child was when we were at Walmart and Mom was getting groceries, and my little brother he was just a newborn baby, like 3 months old, so he was in the car seat up on top of the cart, and my sister and I were like 5 and 3 maybe, and so we were running around and playing tag, and I jumped on top of the cart, and the cart flipped, and my little brother went flying into like one of the clothing racks, and he had a huge cut on top of his head, and he was crying, and it was bleeding all over. My mom was freaking out. I was scared to death on what was going to happen to my little brother. So the people at Walmart called 911, and we got to ride in the ambulance, and we went to the hospital, and he got like a bunch of stitches in his head, and to this day he still gives me crap for it, and he doesn't even remember it. He's 15 now. Let's skip forward a little bit to when I was 5 years old, and this is my first day of school, and I had little pigtails, and I'm sure I was wearing a dress, but like I said before, I can't draw. I went to a very, very small Christian school, and that's where I met my very first childhood friend. Her name was Jessica, and we still talk to this day, still a little bit. And I remember her uncle, one year we played floor hockey because her uncle was a coach, and it was bad. Like, we sucked at it, but it was fun, we were just kids having fun. And I think the entire season I only made like one goal, and we lost pretty much every single game. But like I said, it was fun. It was just kids having fun, and it's a memory that I have. So I went to that small Christian school from preschool through 4th grade, and then at 5th grade my parents made me go to a new school, and I was so scared. I was terrified because, like I said, the Christian school was so small, and Penfield was huge. It was huge, nothing like I was used to. I had to leave everything that I've ever known, and I was terrified because you know how kids can be and be bullies and stuff. But in the end, it really did end up being a great decision because I met so many new people at Penfield because it was so big, and I made friends on the very first day, which made me feel a lot better. One of the first friends I made was Abby, and her and I actually went to the same church together, but we never really talked much at church until I moved to Penfield and we came really close. And I remember all the kids at recess, we would all play double dutch jump rope, and if you couldn't play double dutch jump rope, then you weren't as cool. It was just the cool thing that we did back then. I don't really know why, but it was just a lot of fun, and that's another really cool memory that I have. Okay, it was middle school. I have so many awesome memories in middle school. But it was kind of a culture shock for me because it was weird coming from a small Christian school when you had, and going into middle school, you had a schedule and you had a different classroom for every subject and a different teacher for every subject, and it was weird. Like, it freaked me out. But I don't know, I got used to it. One memory that I forgot about was in 5th grade, I started playing the clarinet, and I played it all throughout middle school, and it was so much fun. I loved it. And in middle school, I had this group of friends that were all from the band, and it was 3 girls and 3 guys, and it was kind of cool. We were kind of like a little clique, and there was my friend Brittany, and then one other girl, Jenna, and then 3 other guys, and we all kind of had like a significant other from that group specifically, and it was cool. I have so many memories with these group of friends, and they meant a lot to me. And we kind of called our clique the Band Geeks, which we thought was clever since we were all in the band, and AKA the Bee Gees, which I look back on it now and it's kind of weird, but we thought it was cool, so. Okay, so I'm going to skip forward to high school. This high school was huge, and it was a brand new school. Like, they had just built it, and compared to the small Christian school that I was used to, this school was massive. And I remember in 9th grade, I had my very first boyfriend, and he was a kid that I liked from my group, and we lasted for about 4 months, and then I was really mean, and I broke up with him when a senior from my school told me that he liked me. And it was probably not the best idea because he was a senior and I was a freshman, and we only dated for a few weeks, but he ended up being my first kiss, and yeah, it was awkward and weird because I didn't know what I was doing. It was my first kiss, but oh well. Something else that happened in 9th grade was that I wanted to try out for the volleyball team because I loved playing volleyball, but I also loved playing the clarinet, but there was no way that I could have done both because the schedule just clashed too much, so I tried out for the volleyball team, and I had played volleyball before, and I forgot to mention that, but I started playing volleyball in 5th grade, and then I tried out for the freshman volleyball team, and I made it. I was really good. I always played on the left center, or the left side of the court, because I would always spike the ball over. So the setter would set the ball, and then I would jump up and spike it over the other side, and I was really good at it. I loved every bit of it. Go Panthers! Let's skip forward to 10th grade. So 10th grade is the year that I took driver's training school at Sears, and never in a million years would I have thought that I would meet my Prince Charming at driver's training, out of all places, but it happened, and I met Noah at driver's training. And at first, I didn't look at Noah that way. I never thought that I would fall in love with him, but he really liked me, and he had long hair. Like, I didn't mean to make him look like a girl, but he had long hair, and so many people thought that he was a girl at first, and it was quite funny. So we didn't talk much at driver's training, but we talked all the time on Facebook. A few months later, he sent me his first message on Facebook, and he was just like, "Hey, I remember you from driver's training. I thought you were really cute." And I was like, "Oh, hi." And it just honestly took off from there, and he invited me to his 16th birthday party, and I was so excited to go because I was really hoping that he was going to ask me out, because at this point, after talking to him for a while, I was starting to gain feelings for him. And so he had a bonfire with all of his friends and family, and he asked me out in front of everybody to be his girlfriend, and it was so cute. And of course I said yes, and I was so excited, and I learned soon after that that was honestly the best decision that I could have ever made. And we've been together ever since, and we've been inseparable, and I love him to death. An interesting fun fact is the day that Noah asked me out to be his girlfriend was the same day that my dad asked my mom to be his girlfriend, exactly 21 years later. So we've always kind of thought that was a sign that we were destined to be together. So another thing that happened in 10th grade was I tried out for the volleyball team, and I did not make it, and I was so devastated because I loved volleyball so much, but I guess it turned out to be a good thing because it led me to make decisions the following. I pretty much just decided that since I didn't make the volleyball team, it was time to grow up, and I decided to get a job. And my first job was at our local movie theater in our mall. Now I'm going to skip forward to graduation. Whoop whoop, senior year, hallelujah. Graduating high school was a huge milestone for me. I was so ready to get out of there. I felt like I was kind of 2 steps ahead of everybody as far as like what I wanted to do with my life and my maturity, and I don't know, I feel like I'm somewhat mature for my age. And my mom, oh my gosh, bless her heart, my mom was crying before I even got out on the stage and got my diploma. She was so proud of me and just crying her eyes out, and I'm really glad that I made her proud and that she was able to be there for my graduation. And then, so graduation was in June, and then Noah and I decided that we wanted to move out right away, so we moved out the following November, and we moved into my great aunt's duplex, and which was nice because she gave us a really good deal on rent, and it was small, and actually we still live in it today, but it was a really great starting out home, and now I am definitely to the point where I'm ready to move out of here and expand my wings and start a family in a new house. But that same year, that Christmas, Noah and I didn't have a whole lot of money. We decided that instead of getting each other a whole bunch of gifts, we were just going to talk to my aunt about getting a dog. And so we went to the shelter, and that's when we got my little Nira. She's my baby girl, and I love her so much. So she was our Christmas gift to each other that year, and oh, I love her to pieces. She is my little angel, and yes, she's a pit bull, and she just turned 3 years old, and I love her so much. So skipping forward to that following spring, and my 19th birthday was a huge deal for me. Usually 19th birthdays aren't super crazy, but it was a big deal for me because Noah got me floor seats to Bruno Mars in Grand Rapids, and we were so close to the stage. Like, we weren't front row, but we were really close, and we got such a good view of him, and it was so much fun. And then the next morning, so we ended up getting a hotel in Grand Rapids, and the next morning we drove up to Grand Haven, which is one of the beaches on Lake Michigan, and it was storming. It was a middle of a severe thunderstorm. The waves were so big we couldn't even walk out on the pier because it was super dangerous. And there's Noah on one knee proposing to me at Grand Haven on the beach in the middle of the thunderstorm, and we're kissing in the rain, and it was so amazing. It was so romantic, and he's like, "Will you marry me?" And he was crying, and then I was crying, and we were just a big mess. And we started walking to our car, and all the people that were there started getting out of their cars, and they were just clapping their hands and saying congratulations. And he happened to ask me to marry him on my parents' 20th anniversary or 21st anniversary, whatever it was. And I thought that was so sweet, and we got married 3 months later on October 4th in 2014. I planned our whole wedding in 3 months because I was that anxious to get married, and it was so perfect. We got married in a barn, and it was kind of rustic, and I don't know, it was just amazing. And then that following spring, in April 2015, my great aunt moved out of the duplex, and she put it up for sale. So we talked to her, and we were able to come up with a land contract agreement, and she was totally okay with it, and so she moved just down the street, and now we are the landlords of this duplex at only 19 years old, guys. 19 years old, and we're landlords, and we have people paying us rent to live here, and it was just crazy to me. I don't know. It was a really awesome decision for us, and we'll always have that under our belt in case anything were to happen. And then the next couple months later in June, we found Tiberius, and we adopted Tiberius, and now he's a year old, and he's also a pit bull. And I'm telling you guys, pit bulls are amazing dogs. They have such bad reps, but I'm telling you, they are amazing. I trust them around anybody, and I don't know. We love our dogs so much. And welcome to the family, Tiberius. He's so cute. I love our little family, and I can't wait to add to it. Next, I'm going to talk about how we started YouTube. Why did we start making vlogs? And it all started at the end of last year. I've wanted to start trying to have babies for a while, and it took a lot of convincing for Noah, but he said that he's finally ready, and so we're not trying yet, but we started making some vlogs on YouTube to kind of remember the time that we have of it being just the two of us. So we did our first vlog on December 17th, 2015. I'll have the link in the description box below, but that's who we are. We are Kayla and Noah, and we're just documenting memories and family time and home videos, so we can just look back on these moments of it being just the two of us before we had babies, so we can remember like what it was like to be able to do what we wanted and not have to worry about getting a babysitter and stuff, because I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we'll be pregnant by the end of the year. But just share our story. We're not looking to get famous or anything. This is really just for our own documentation, but we just wanted to share a story with you. And subscribe to our channel and like this video, leave a comment down below, and you can follow me on Instagram at kayla.benoit14. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the box, and follow us on Facebook. Someday I would like to do a Q&A video. I don't feel like I have enough subscribers for that just yet, but I would love to do a Q&A video, and if we get lots of questions, we will definitely do that. I think that would be so awesome because we've never been able to do one before. But I just want to thank you guys so much for watching our video. It really means a lot. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to just watch our video. Thank you to all my subscribers, all like 14 of you. It really does mean a lot. And like I said, it doesn't matter the amount of subscribers I have. We're just doing this for fun. But thanks for watching, guys. Have an awesome day, and bye!